woman was to lap against the south terrace. We were shortly pass underneath Waterloo Bridge, a replacement for the original bridge that was opened by the Prince Regent on the second anniversary of the Battle of Waterloo on the 18th of June, 1817. In 1936, the original bridge had to be demolished, and the building of the present bridge began in 1937 and was completed by the Women of London in 1942, whilst most of the country's men were away at war. On the left is London's oldest monument, Cleopatra's Needle, weighing 186 tons and standing 60 feet or 18 metres high. This monument was presented to Britain in 1819 by the Viceroy of Egypt, Mohammed, but it did not arrive in London until 1878. The building to our right is the Ministry of Defence, built in the 1950s. The statue outside the Ministry of Defence of a man with his right leg striding forward is of Lord Portal, who occupied various positions within the Royal Air Services of high rank during the First and Second World Wars. Further along to the right, commemorates those who fought with the Chindit Special Forces in Burma in the 1940s. The Chindits were named after the legendary dragons who guarded Burmese temples. Is the Battle of Britain Memorial, unveiled by the Prince of Wales in September 2005, which incorporates bronze reliefs depicting aspects of the Battle of Britain. Ahead of us are the Houses of Parliament. The Houses of Parliament are split into two, the House of Commons and the House of Lords, the former housing the elected members of Parliament and the latter consisting of peers of the realm. After a fire in 1834, the building needed some repairs, and the present building, designed by Sir Charles Barry, was completed in 1860. The foundations of Westminster Hall at the rear of the House of Commons date back to the 11th century, and it was here that the trials of Guy Fawkes, Charles I and Sir Thomas More took place. The bronze statue of the woman in a chariot to the left represents Queen Boudica, an iconic figure and queen of the Iceni tribes who led an uprising against the Romans in the 1st century. Boudica burnt Roman London to the ground, and archaeologists have found a layer of scorched earth and pottery to confirm this. However, the Romans did manage to defeat Boudica, but rather than be captured by her enemy, she poisoned herself instead.
Kotak. 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 Jarak.
Охуй ты снимаешь вот так. Чего ты себя? Преступников не видел.
За своим ебаным фотоаппаратом снимает как. Эй!
Ahead of us is St. Stephen's Tower, home of Big Ben, the third largest bell in England. The two bells larger than Big Ben are at St. Paul's in London and at Liverpool Cathedral. In 1859, when the clock first became operational, it took 2 men 32 hours to wind it up. Today, it's wound electrically.
You stupid, yes? No?
You are.
What?
You are stupid.
Yeah. You are? Пошел на.
No football.
Пошел на. You know. Пошел на футбол.
You know.
Пошел на. Иди нахуй сюда.
Who should say that?
Пошел на. Пошел на. Пошли нахуй. Пошли нахуй. Ты, блядь, алкаш. Иди нахуй.
On the far side of the mountain, taking views over London, and on the clear day, you can see the hills on the western horizon. To the left is County Hall, formerly the headquarters of the Greater London Council, which opened in 1922 but was abolished in 1986. The administration of London is today in the hands of the Greater London Authority.